Hey guys, it's the 24th of August today. We finally got some rain again because we had another few dry weeks. Interestingly, it's not really penetrating into the ground much at all because when I dig down, it's literally the only, I don't know, the first 2 centimeters or something that seems wet. But it's been raining for, well, all day today. And yeah, it shows how dry it has been. We just need it to keep raining for a good solid day, I think. But anyway, I thought I'd do a fig tour today for anyone that's interested. Um, so if yeah, you know, it's probably going to be quite a boring little tour because it's just all about figs, which I know not everyone is, as enthusiastic as me. I can't understand why, but Anyway, I thought I'd just start in here because it's dry. So we've got 4 figs in here. We've got these self-watering pots. This is Ponte Tracer. It's meant to be a really lovely fig, but I think quite late, so hence why it's in the greenhouse / shed. Bourgeois Grease, which again is meant to be quite late, but this one's meant to have like a really nice purple interior, so I'm so looking forward to this one next year. And then we've got Verde Paso, which I thought it was Rubado. It was sold as Verde Paso / Rubado, but apparently they're different varieties, and this one's just Verde Paso, so we'll see. I don't know what it's meant to be like. And then this was a garden centre acquisition. I think actually that this one's starting to swell, which is pretty cool because it's a main crop. But obviously it's kind of cheating because they probably raised it in a heated greenhouse or something to start, or shipped it in from Spain or something. It's really raining now. I don't know if I'll be able to go outside. I might just have to pause this for a second. So if you can see, there's a magpie over there trying to nick some. Oh, it's got some chips. I had some chips in my compost heap. Right, I'm gonna go outside, but I'm gonna try and cover up the top of my camera with my glove. So sorry if it gets in the way of the actual camera, just to stop the water from getting in. But yeah, let's go anyway. Let's go. Oops. Okay, so this is my fig trial, main crop figs, which are the figs that form on this year's growth. Just to see if any of them will produce reliably outside here in the southeast of the UK. Usually in the UK we grow figs for the first crop, called the Braber crop, but this is all being grown for the second crop, which are the main crop. Anyway, and these are all meant to be quite early varieties, which should hopefully ripen some outside here in the southeast. The first one there is Negretta. It's quite a nice one. It's got like a reddish tinge to the petioles and the buds and stuff, which is quite nice. We've got Malta Black, which again is meant to be quite early. Now, just to say, I'm not expecting to really get much, or if any, fruits off of these figs this year, because they were all cuttings in December, so they've done pretty well. They were all just sticks sent through the post and then rooted, and they've grown into little tiny trees, and I'm trying to grow them as standards, so up to maybe like 1.5 feet, and then I'll let them branch out. But yeah, we've got Black Celeste here, which was the most expensive cutting I've ever bought, and I won't buy any more of that price again. Luckily for me, it did root. I mean, it wasn't ridiculously priced, but for a stick, it was quite a lot of money. I'm trying to root this stem here, this branch here, so that I can cut it off and create a separate little tree, because I want to obviously grow them as a standard. But it's got a few figs on. I think it might ripen a few actually, but they'll be very late. The same with any of the figs that are on these plants at the minute. They'll be ripening very late because they've only just really put the figs on in the last month or two. This is Azores Dark, again meant to be a very reliable one for early main crop figs. And when I say early, in the UK it would still be, September, October, even into November. So, but yeah, it's got quite a few figs on. It's been quite productive, so I'm looking forward to this next year when I properly train it, because I think it will produce quite well. This one is Lila Savara Fige. I think it's Bulgarian. Sorry if I get that wrong. I think it's probably the same as Mora de Caneva. It's got these really, really characteristic figs, super long, which is quite quite interesting. But yeah, this one here is Negroni, which is probably the same as Violette de Bordeaux. I've had this one for a long time from Lubera when they were still selling to the UK. It's never produced for me, but maybe next year I can get it to produce if I train it properly. This row here is mostly LSU type figs, which are figs bred in the USA and Louisiana State University to try and produce figs that are earlier and a little bit more rain resistant. This one's Hollier or Ollier, and it's got a really nice sized fig on it there, which I think will ripen probably maybe mid-September. Maybe not, maybe a little bit later. This one isn't LSU. This is called Yellow Longneck, which is meant to be quite a large fig, which I'm interested in because I'm interested in trying to get some figs that are like very productive in terms of the weight of fruit that they put out, or the mass, because I think a lot of these are probably figs that will be quite small, so it'll be interesting to try and find some figs that are really large that work in the UK as well, and obviously taste good. This one's called LSU Tiger. Really nice spade shaped leaves. I like these ones, they're my favourite shaped leaves. And yeah, it's doing alright. LSU Gold, which is meant to be like a yellow honey kind of fig, as well as this one, which is LSU Champagne, again meant to be like a yellow honey coloured and slightly tasting fig. I've not had one of those before, so it'd be interesting to see what they actually taste like. These ones up here I think are what they call hardy Chicago types, which are kind of black to purpley black figs with a red interior, which are meant to be quite early. What did I say? Hardy Chicago types, or Mount Etna types is the other name, if I didn't say that. So this is Petit Negri. We've got Spadafora Dark there. We've got Colasanti Dark here. This is called Little Miss Figgy, which was bred, I don't know where it's bred actually, but it's kind of a recent thing. I think it's a dwarf kind of Violette de Bordeaux, but it's got all these weak branches that I need to prune out because it didn't produce any figs for me. I bought this one as an actual plant as well. That one at the end's Nerucciola de Alba. We've got Hardy Chicago here, which is meant to be quite a popular one in the States. Celeste, this was actually one of my first fig cuttings I ever rooted, if not the first. And yeah, it's meant to be really early, but it's not showing any signs of wanting to put out fruit, despite being a bit more established than a lot of the others. But anyway, this one's Michurinska 10. This is meant to be probably the earliest, if not second earliest, that we kind of know of really. The other earliest is Ronde de Bordeaux, which I'll show you in a minute. It's growing quite nicely, a little bit yellow though, but next year I'm looking forward to that. This is I think another Bulgarian, or I think it is Bulgarian. I can't remember what it translates as though. Gaiaroki Lapos. And then this one is Genovese Nero, and it's actually got a few figs on. They're looking a bit spotty. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, we'll see if it ripens. I'm not sure. So that is majority of them. We've got. Sorry, I forgot about this one. This was just a little stub. You can see it was just this little stub for the entire year up until the start of July, when there was a tiny little leaf produced, like super tiny. And then yeah, in the last month and a half, it's grown quite well. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's meant to be another good one for early figs. I've got a few random figs that they're just duplicates and stuff. This one's Dalmati. It's not done very well for me. I don't know if it is Dalmati, to be honest. The leaves look a bit too spiky. But anyway, I might pot that up and we'll see what it does next year. So there are all the potted figs. Actually no, I've got one more which is called Smith, but I won't show you that one today. Then I've got some in-ground figs. So this is the Ronde de Bordeaux, which is, you can see, the thing is it's very productive, but it doesn't seem to grow much, but I don't know if that's just because it needs to spend a couple of years in ground getting its roots down. So we'll see, but it produced like 9 or 10 figs last year. Really, really tasty, to be honest. And it's meant to be very early, although, again, outside in the UK it's still quite late, really. And then I've got one fig that I am growing for Braber crop, which are the first crop, or the crop on last year's wood. And you can see here, this is called Peretta. The other name is Long Date, Long of August. It's probably they're probably the same thing. But again, this was from Lubera, who kind of like to take figs and then give them their own name, which causes a lot of confusion. But anyway, this would have produced quite a good crop this year, but because of the late frost and then snails eating all the foliage, it only had 2 figs on. This is the second of them. I'm going to pick it now because it's raining quite a lot and I think it might split. But to be honest, it could probably even go longer than that. But I'm going to cut that open back in the shed and we'll have a little taste, see what it's like. So yeah, one sec. Okay, so this is the Peretta. The caterpillars, the fig moth caterpillars, got into the eye of the fig slightly, but it seems to be looking all right. So I'm going to give it a taste. This was very tasty, the last fig I had off of it. I'll just give it a quick taste. Yeah, delicious. I love this fig. I mean, I haven't had many Braber figs. Well, to be fair, it might only be Brown Turkey though. Oh no, Desert King. I've had Desert King. This is my favourite. It's quite late as a Braber producer, but it has, yeah, it's got like there's definitely the fig taste, but it's got like I don't know, there's like a kind of fruity undercurrent, which I really love, and it's so sweet. Give it one more taste. Yeah, very tasty. I mean, it's sweeter towards the bottom of the fig, so the upper part was a little bit more watery, but still really tasty. So hopefully next year I can get the plant established. The plant's right over there, you can just about see the leaves. And produce a load of these figs because they're so tasty. Really nice. But there we go. There's a comprehensive tour of my fig plants in case anyone's interested in all the different varieties that I've got. I've got more at home. I think on my spreadsheet I counted that I had like 40 different varieties in total, something like that. And obviously I need more. There's like another 10 that I really want to get this year. So I'm just a bit sad really. But anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching guys. Lots of love, lots of peace, and I'll speak to you very soon.